Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you're joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, or Australia, Canada, wherever you're joining me from, Biafra land, wherever you're connecting from, I thank you very much for your contribution on this channel. Please go to the comment section and leave your comment. Each time you watch the video, you can make your contributions. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can learn from one another. Thank you so much for coming. Also, share this video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it to your WhatsApp group. Share it to everyone so that they can know what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria, more especially in the life of the indigenous people of that contraption called Nigeria, the Biafrans, the Duduans, and every other indigenous tribe. I am coming online on a daily basis to make sure we set the record straight. Make sure that the conventional media do not change the story. I am coming on a daily basis to set the record straight without being politically correct. I am not preaching hate speech. I am not talking down on anybody, not calling on a hate on anybody, but I am speaking the truth and nothing but the truth, setting the record straight. I say leave and let's leave. And for those who have said that they will not allow us to leave, just like the Fulani Judge have said, they will not leave either. That is why I am coming online on a daily basis to speak about the plight of the people of Biafra. Today I am here once again, setting the record straight on the situation of things in Biafra land.
Tonight, I'm being joined by a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Gali Naba, who is also a member and a chieftain of the National Consultative Forum. He joins us from Abuja. Thank you so much, Honorable Gali Naba. It's good to see you again. Let me begin by getting to your view. The APC, the PDP, these are perhaps some of Nigeria's biggest political parties, the ruling party and Nigeria's main opposition party. But the NCF appears to say they are a third force. What are you bringing to the table, first and foremost?
Well, Sean, I told your colleague since yesterday that I am no longer a member of the National Consultative Forum, the NCF. Therefore, I cannot speak in their behalf.
So, I mean, apologies for that. So, but let's begin the conversation from your point of view on the state of the nation. So, speak to us about your view on the state of the nation. Let's speak the economy, for example. You heard the Minister of Trade and Investment who said the reason for the ranking of Nigeria, number 14 as it were, on the ranking for the investment destination on the continent is because of security. From your own standpoint, how do you hope that we can deal with the situation?
Well, so many things are wrong with the country, Shewin, but there is a clear way to help solve those problems. And what is worse is that the perception of the international community, of course, is that there is no security in Nigeria, and that investors who want to come have been saying they want to come and invest, but we have not been seeing anything. And this is no doubt related to the way and manner that the country is being governed. There is a lack of seriousness. Those in power are still not yet ready to accept that they must mend their ways. We have lost it democratically because those responsible for the preservation of democracy have been running around it instead of operating according to democratic tenets, to the extent that the immunity of the political system has broken down. And unless we begin to take measures to bring about or to strengthen or to reclaim this immunity, this country is going to continue to drift. This is a question, you know, for consideration, that once you see something drifting, and we are definitely drifting, nobody will shy away from it. We must not shy away from the fact that the country is drifting because we want to satisfy the ego of certain people. We must say the truth, and that measures must be taken to arrest this drift. And that must begin by the political authorities from top to bottom.
If security is a major problem and it's affecting the economy, we've seen Kaduna, we've seen Zamfara, we've seen Sokoto making efforts in looking into breaking down communication from the bandits into the larger population of the society, just to break their ranks such that they don't have the communication to carry out their atrocity. First and foremost, we need to deal with the security, then be able to achieve more on the issue of the economy. So first and foremost, what are we doing wrongly in tackling the issue of security? Or what, in your own view, should we be doing in arresting the insecurity situation?
Well, my own take here is that there has been so much misgovernance in the country, you know, from the federal government to the state governments to the local governments. There is a general state of misgovernance. There has been no good governance, and even the way we operate our political parties is not the way it is supposed to be. Because key to all of these things, in order for us to be able to bring about order in the country, is that we must take very good care of our political parties. We must allow our political parties to grow. How do they grow? They grow by imposing order on the political parties. There must be internal democracy. There must be no imposition by those in control of the parties, and there must be a situation where people are generally confident in our political parties. So the first issue is to tackle the issue of politics. Once we are properly organized, and I believe that political parties are a lever or are levers for determining whether a polity is healthy or not. And you will agree with me that since 1999, we have refused to allow our political parties to grow. And because they have not grown, the polity has not grown, definitely the economy will not grow as a consequence. And the issue of social development has also become contentious, because we cannot grow socially unless there is political and economic order, and there is none. So I believe that those in control of the political parties must put their houses in order. They must accept that they have been wrong. They must apologize to Nigerians, and they must change their ways. The alternative is for us to continue in this manner. And of course, if they choose to continue in this manner, they are exposing us, they are exposing the country, and there is no way this country can continue to survive, because no society, you know, survives on the altar of disorder. We are so disorganized, and there are reasons, and these reasons are largely political. And we must begin to look at these things as honestly as possible. Those in control must look at these issues as honestly as possible. The issue of security is subsidiary because insecurity is brought about by the social misgovernance of society. It is the activities we do in a negative fashion that in the long run gather together and become security issues. So in order to, obliterate any sign of insecurity, we must behave properly. We must bring about within ourselves, good moral and social conduct.
Honorable Naba, let me get you clearly. Are you blaming politicians or the political class for the insecurity situation in the country?
Of course, the political class is largely responsible because they are the governors, they are the president, they are the political party operators. So if they have shown leadership, definitely we wouldn't have these security issues in the country. Therefore, I will not shy away from blaming the political class because I'm a politician.
So, but I mean, in the real sense of it, so that Nigerians who are watching tonight will have a clear mind of where the problem is and how we can go about resolving it. First and foremost, when you are blaming the political class, is it an intentional act of perpetrating the insecurity situation, or these are just incendiary, or these are just incidental, or perhaps they are based on their inaction, or it's unknowing to them how the insecurity situation had grown, or there are specific things that you can make reference to that has helped this insecurity to grow. Would you like to expatiate on that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that a lot of people who happen to find themselves in positions of authority believe that they can do anything and get away with it. And this is contrary to the theory of social organizations. I don't want to be too technical, but I believe that social organizations have what we call souls. They have a soul, and therefore they have life. And when you violate social organizations, they have a way of retaliating because you are dealing with human lives. You are dealing with human beings. And therefore, it is not correct for these people to assume that they can do anything and get away with it. And over the last 20 years, people who happen to find themselves in governance have been doing whatever their hearts desire. And therefore, they have brought society to a level that it has become totally disorganized, out of control, due to actions that border on corruption, misgovernance, and very, very unfortunately, lack of commitment to the people. And
because when you, for example, apologies to cut in, when you blame the political class for the growing insecurity in Nigeria, I mean, incidentally, you are a member of the political class. You rose to being number 4 in the hierarchy of political authority in Nigeria. And you've explained all of these, and one wonders how, when you explain that the political class have perpetrated all of these in Nigeria, how come this has happened and they have not been held accountable? From your own standpoint, why is this still ongoing and it still keeps happening and they're not held accountable?
Well, Sean, I told you that I am a member of the political class, of course, and I was Speaker of the House of Representatives. I don't know if you were around between 1999 and 2003, and whether or not you follow events. It took the House of Representatives, of which I was Speaker, to attempt to impeach a president over the issues bedeviling this country. So some of us did our best. But what happened was that those in the executive arm and the leaders of our political party conspired together to ensure that they have subdued the legislature, and therefore nobody can check them. They have taken over the powers given to the people by our constitution, in the sense that today those who are in control of our political parties are our governors, and successive presidents have been beneficiaries of this political party misgovernance by governors. And today, the legislature is populated mainly both at the federal and state levels by people who are nominated and not elected, by the governors. They are selected by the governors. And unfortunately, in this case, the members of the legislature at the federal and state levels cannot bring the governors and the president to account. And therefore, you cannot emasculate the legislature and accept that things would go well in the country. Therefore, for us to be able to reclaim our country, we must set our politics right. We must do whatever we can to reorganize our democracy, to make it operate according to the books. And we must not be running around it.
Let me ask specifically now. If you have the power right now to fix things, with the benefit of your experience as a former House Speaker and your experience over the years seeing our democracy grow, what would you do differently, or what would you do to fix things?
Well, Sharon, what I must do is to do things that will bring about the confidence of Nigerians in themselves and in the country. And that once confidence is restored in the people, I think 80 to 90% of the problem is being solved. What is happening today is that, and this is true about, underdevelopment in our countries, that individuals and the state have lost confidence in themselves. And once confidence is restored, and there are many measures one can take in order for us to be able to restore confidence in the people. But once people believe that they cannot get what is due to them unless they resort to self-help, then definitely that system is in trouble. And this is the kind of system we are running. We don't have the time for me to be able to analyze most of the sectors that are important in this endeavor, but I believe that we have to restore confidence by setting our politics right. Let us do what is right. Let us do what is morally, socially right. Once we begin to take these measures, I believe that confidence will gradually begin to return. If you as a consequence of the situation we are in today, you'll find out that most things or most indices that are responsible for bringing about development are dilapidated in this country. The state of education is abysmal, for example. We must have an educated country. Go and have a look at our primary schools, for example, public primary schools, public secondary schools. See the level of dilapidation of these schools. I visited my primary school a few months ago. I shed tears because not only do they not have good teachers, well-trained teachers, the physical structures, even the floor on which the school children sit on today, because there is no furniture anyway, it's bare. So you see, we have to look at these things. Well, if you have visitors, for example, if you have particular countries that want to attack us, for example, and they'll go and visit our schools, they'll just go back and rest, because they know that within a few years we will collapse. I don't want to sound pessimistic, but this is what I have seen. And I must say it. There is no way we can keep engaging in self-denial.
Honorable Galina, former member of the House of Representatives, thank you so much for your time tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.